And now we have another really interesting thing coming up for you. And if you remember that Roshan and Sharmishta were both talking in terms of how the cooking sites and cooking content came of use during the workshop, during the lockdown rather, because people were looking at cooking in interesting dishes. And I think that that's what the next session is going to be all about. And I think one thing which people really missed during the lockdown was food outside, while people started enjoying creating food. But I think people missed a bit of the touch which comes in when you're going to eat out, and a bit of the pampering which happens, or eating food which is special, which you don't really get to see that much at home, and the little tricks and which chefs have of how to make food pretty, or to bring out flavors which we normally don't, or textures and all of that. So that's what the next session's going to be all about, and we'll have someone who's been doing this fabulously over the season, over the period with us. And I'm talking of Chef Chef Bhasin. And if you're a lover of food, lover of Indian food, possibly you know about him in any case, but let me still introduce you to him. So Chef Ashish Bhasin is not a television chef or a celebrity chef. He is someone who's been a practicing chef right from the start of his career. He has passed out of hospitality management school, and he's then worked with five-star hotel chains through his career, and in most of the later stage as a executive chef. He's grown up in Rajasthan, if I remember right, and then he's spent a big part of his life in Delhi as well. He's a Delhi boy. But then he moved to Amchi, Mumbai, and that's where I met him. At that time, he was with the Oberoi group and the Trident here. And I met him at one of the events he was doing, because Ashish has been one of the first chefs to really, or hotel executive chefs to really nurture and promote home chefs and get them to do festivals in his hotels. And I met there, and then we became friends. And there have been times where I've messaged him at night saying, I've bought a cast iron pan, how do I use it? And though he's in the middle of service and he's the executive chef of the hotel, he actually called me up and said, listen, this is what you do, this is what you do. And often for my articles, I would reach out to him because he has a wonderful knowledge of food. And of course, he did many more programs and festivals there. Then he went back to Delhi. We miss him in Mumbai, and he's joined the Leela Ambience over there. And he's taking the spirit ahead, and again, new interpretations. He's done some really interesting stuff on Mughlai food, for example, a festival over there, in terms of what is it that the Mughals were actually possibly eating, which could be a different from what in the Mughlai restaurants in 2021. And it was interesting to hear his story during the lockdown, because he was home as well, and the hotel was functioning at a very different level. But trying to understand from him that what he was doing, and also what he started doing was that he created a lot of content and sort of enabling it for home chefs, as well as a lot of advice to young chefs who are in the industry or who want to get into the industry, and calming them and saying that don't worry. And today also he's taken out time before his service. Though I must say, in the Bhasin household today, the most famous, most sought after chef is not Chef Ashish Bhasin. There's a young lady called Samaira, and she has a channel called Young Chef Samaira, if I'm right, and that's Ashish's daughter. I don't know, like everyone just loves watching her things. So she's the real like star in the house. But here we've got Ashish Bhasin in his kitchen, not at the Leela Ambience, but in his own house, his own kitchen. And Ashish, what do you have for us today?
Hi Kalyan, how are you? First of all,
Very good.
I wish all of you to have a nice Sunday afternoon, and I trust you all are safe. Now, what we are doing is, Kalyan, we are doing a Dahi Ke Kebab with a twist of stuffing with raw mango and a little bit of spinach, making it healthier. Now, keeping in weather is becoming hot. It's cloudy today, although it's a solar eclipse, but we are not able to see that because it's cloudy. So the weather needs something tangier, lighter, spicier. So we are doing that only. And also what you get yogurt, dahi ke kebab in market is actually dahi mixed with a lot of maida, breadcrumbs, suji and all these things, which makes it too hard. But actual dahi ke kebab is something which is melting in your mouth. So I'm doing that with the twist and a little bit of facts, intricacies, tricks which I'll be sharing you over this live. So that's what we are doing.
Ashish, can I ask you one or two questions before we get into classroom mode?
Yeah, please.
So you've probably spent the sort of time in a home kitchen which you probably haven't spent ever in your life before, right? Like 70 days at home.
Absolutely. Yeah? Earlier, my wife used to say that कुछ बना के खिला दो और अभी कह रही है कोई बात नहीं बहुत खा लिया अब. I think मैंने लाइफ का पूरा जितना कोटा था सारा खिला दिया इन दिनों में.
But how has the experience been, like being in a home kitchen versus
soul satisfying?
Like office.
Soul satisfying. See, I've been cooking. Food is my passion. Cooking for people, yes, enjoy it. But this time I was able to cook for my family, seriously. And I think family is one who gives you purely unbiased feedback. And especially like you were mentioning about my daughter, she's too blunt. She won't hesitate saying what the horrible food you have made. So if she doesn't like, she will put it on your face. So I was getting instant feedback. And when you see a genuine smile on your family, I think nothing can be more satisfying than that. So it was a soul satisfying experience.
Do you think it's changed the family dynamics in a bit, like brought you guys closer?
Absolutely. So me and my wife spent a lot of time together and that resulted in a lot of fights. So it has changed dynamics, but jokes apart. We spend some healthy time. We play board games. 4 of us were together. In fact, Kalyan, we were getting bored. One day we did a picnic at home. So we spread pura newspapers. We cooked food. The food was cooked by my son and my daughter. We took board games, soft drinks. Like you go out for a picnic, we exactly did the same thing at home. So we came out with some nice creative ways, had some great fun. And it was a great bonding.
I have a couple of other quick questions before you get into cooking. One is, most of us who are watching here look at someone like you as a professional and as an expert because of all the training, all the experience you have. But since you've dealt with so many home chefs and now also in your conversations, what is it that you feel is a strength with people who cook at home have, which they should feel good about?
Would you just repeat once again, Kalyan? I missed a couple of words.
No worries. So what I'm saying is that when we look at someone like you, we look up to you because you're an expert, you've been trained, but you've also worked with so many home chefs. So what is the value which a home chef brings to the kitchen? What is the strength which a home chef has?
So, Kalyan, I'll put very differently, both the fields, home chefs and hotel chef, they are two different entities. What home chefs bring is those unique dishes, unique style, unique recipes, what they have learned from their mothers, grandmothers, and those people also have some tricks, and those tricks are ghar ke nuske jisko bola jata hai, and those are very unique. So their recipes, they start from scratch, finished. So there are a lot of those unique recipes which I have learned from them, and I think that was good. Otherwise, we were losing our recipe somewhere. We were losing our cultural heritage, culinary heritage somewhere. So I've learned that and trying to protect that.
And the last question is that things are getting back to normal, and that's wonderful. Like I know that the hotel is opening and a lot of work's starting. So now that you're getting back to your old role again, what are the learnings that you're going to take down from the lockdown back there? Are you a bit of a changed person? Do you feel?
See, Kalyan, first, like you said, normal, it's a new normal. It's no more a old normal. So there was a lot of learning, what were right, what was wrong. The hygiene levels would have gone to the next level. You need to work in a limited resources. Earlier it was space. Now you have to, that space, maybe it's the same size, but the working space has shrinked, I would say. Because for example, in 6 feet earlier, there were 3 people working. Now it will be 1 person working. So all those things. Plus also, on a personal learning, Kalyan, I have cooked so much at home, and I was using healthy ingredients. Like in my cuisine, rather than fresh turmeric, I've started using a raw turmeric. Even today at my home, there's always a raw turmeric. So I've started using that. For sourness, I've started using amla a lot. So vitamin C, vitamin D. So my cuisine would be more healthier now. No compromise on the taste, but more on health also.
What I like about what you said also is that this health is a natural health. It's not that you're consciously going to create something healthy. Like Chef Manjeet Gill of the ITC often says that, what do you mean by healthy food? Actually, our food is healthy if we look at it the way it is.
Absolutely.
It's not like artificially created health. He gets very angry if you use the word healthy.
See, what has happened is over a period of time, हम लोगों ने शॉर्टकट यूज करने शुरू करे. इसकी जगह ये कर दो, ये बना बनाया ले लो, रेडीमेड ले लो. But then cold store का stuff एक बार बल्क में बनाया हुआ सब, it's not healthy. So make fresh, make small quantities. It would be aromatic, it would be flavorful. Use natural ingredients. Use ingredients which are available to you. Use ingredients which are local, which are seasonal. So all these things are healthy. Otherwise, like you said, Indian cuisine is very healthy if you follow the facts which was laid down. कि इसके साथ ये होना चाहिए और इसके साथ ये होना चाहिए. If you're having high fat content, then थोड़ा अजवाइन डाल दो because that aids in digestion. If you're going in a hotter climate, then have a little bit chili so that you cool down your body. If you're going in a colder region, increase the nuts and the fat content so that. So Indian cuisine is very healthy if you go by the Ayurvedic route, which was the base of our cuisine. It's very, very healthy.
Super. So Ashish, I'm not going to hold you back from all your, eager students anymore. All over to you.
Okay. So I'll show you the ingredients, what we are doing. I've done a little bit of a mise en place. So I have a raw mango julienne hair. I have a whole black pepper. I have ginger julienne, chopped ginger. I have done a spinach, which I have shredded, washed and kept. I have yogurt, which is in the strainer for last about 5-6 hours. So the entire whey has come down. I'm using chili flakes, a little bit of garam masala, sugar, coriander seeds, salt, and for crust, I'll be using corn flour and suji, semolina. So let's start. What I've done is to save time, मैंने पानी गरम करने रख दिया था. So my water is boiling. Now I'll add salt to this. This is for boiling of spinach. Now it's very important when you are boiling spinach, we add spinach in hot boiling water and also a lot of salt in it. Salt क्या करता है आपके पानी को basic बना देता है. The medium is basic and spinach has a pigment called chlorophyll, green color pigment. Now green color pigment doesn't go well with acid as well as when you overcook it. So in simple words, if I say chlorophyll and acid दुश्मन है. So you keep the pan open so that अगर कोई acid है तो वो acid evaporate हो जाए. Salt content होगा तो पानी आपका basic होता रहेगा. If I cover, then condensation होके acid वापस पानी में आ सकता है. और अगर मैं ठंडे पानी से शुरू करूंगा, then I need longer time for spinach to cook. So my spinach is about to cook. Now I'll take this out straight away in cold water. So here's my spinach, which is ready. Now I'm taking out in a ice cold water because I want spinach को एकदम से ठंडा होना, वरना spinach का जो green color है वो खराब हो जाएगा. Now what we'll do is we'll start with our stuffing, which is a raw mango filling. So first thing is I'll put little oil. I won't push too much of oil because this is stuffing and ये मेरे yogurt के अंदर जाएगा. So I'll just apply a little oil on this. Just pan में थोड़ा सा oil लगाया है. And I'll wait for my pan to become hot. You know, this part of your body is one of the most sensitive parts. So जब भी हमें temperature measure करना होता है, we measure from this side, never from this side.
I have no idea.
Yeah. And when I started, सबका अपना होता है. So every time you can't work with a thermometer. So I used to, okay, कितनी देर मैं heat को बर्दाश्त कर सकता हूँ? A count of say 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means it's not hot enough. And if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that means it's too hot. So that's the initial tricks I did.
So these are all individual tricks, or are they taught in hotel management school?
No, these are all, see, you all work on your own.
Mm-hmm.
You just develop your own tricks. Okay, now I'll add chopped ginger.
So Raina Shetty from Calcutta in Bangalore said she's learned the trick from you now.
Thank you. So what I've done is I've just added a little ginger, sweating a little bit.
You are the ginger.
Julian ginger.
No, who's sweating?
Sorry?
Who is sweating? You are sweating or the ginger is sweating?
I am also sweating and ginger is also sweating. Ginger is sweating to ooze out flavor and I am sweating to maybe burn few calories. Okay, my ginger is sweat, flavor aa gaya. At this time, I'll add raw mango.
Wow.
If you want, you can chop it. If you want Julian, it's your wish. मुझे Julian अच्छा लगता है. I'll put very simple, straightforward like that.
You know, the guys here probably don't know the term, but in Mumbai, all the guys and all use mango julians a lot.
So Julian means something, a matchstick cut.
So all
I'm sorry, it's a technical term.
No, but all the Bhelpuri guys in Churchgate Station, the basement, I used to be fascinated with the Bhelpuri and Sevpuri, which would have kacha mango julian in it.
Yeah. Okay. At this stage, I'll add little salt to it. Not too much. Now, this stuffing is a sweet and sour stuffing.
You know, if I may, that's also a very interesting point. That, you know, we nowadays, thanks to master chefs and all that, we say, you know, Oriental food is a mix of sweet, sour, salt, Chinese food, Japanese food. But apna Indian food is also all about that, right?
Indian food के अंदर सारे मसाले हैं, सारे flavors हैं, sweet है, sharp है, खट्टा मीठा. You pick up cuisine from south, you pick up cuisine from north. Everywhere you'll find sweet and sour.
I think it's great that people like you and all the retailers here at Kitchen Tales and all that are bringing these stories alive. I think that we've not spoken enough about our food like the way they do in, say, Japan or Lebanon or China. Or
see, what has happened is I'm not sure. Okay, I'm adding sugar now and I'll continue this. So I'll add little sugar.
Tell me whenever you want me to keep quiet.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So what has happened is, I always say Indian cuisine is Punjabi cuisine is the best and the worst thing happened to Indian food. Now what has happened is, I'll add little water because otherwise my sugar will caramelize. I want my sugar to melt but not caramelize.
A lot of your fans are joining in and saying, Bhasin sir, very good tips. We're going to learn from you today. That's Mrs. Parimala Tadas.
Sorry?
A lot of your fans are joining in and learning this recipe from you today.
So what I was saying, Kalyan, was the Punjabi food is the best, the good and the worst thing happened to our Indian cuisine. And I use this often. That motikka makhni, butter chicken, same thing. Naan, garlic naan, samosa, dal makhni. This all traveled everywhere. and these are comfort food now for everyone. So what people do is they associate Indian food to this only, and this has become very comfortable. So इसकी वजह से क्या हुआ है, बाकी कुछ आगे ही नहीं आया, and regional cuisines को मौका नहीं मिला. Otherwise, there is so many stories, so many flavors, everything in a cuisine. Okay, at this stage, I'll add a little bit of chili powder. Now, this is completely optional. If you don't want, don't add.
So for kids or people like me who can't handle too much of chili, you can skip it also.
See, exactly. Now, what I'm doing is, it's a style, it's a technique, but you can make as per your wish. You can add flavors, you can subtract flavors, whatever you want, you can do. आपको इसको crunchy रखना है, so कम पकाइए. If you want soft, you can cook more. Like I like pretty soft, so I'm cooking too much. But if you want crunchy, then rather than adding so much, you can chop mangoes, chop raw mangoes, just sweat it and cool it. So when you bite into it, you'll get a crunch. Okay, now it's ready. Now what I do is at this stage,
wow,
I have a dry mint here. So I'll just just powder it हाथ से ही, और मैंने इसको इसके अंदर मिला दिया.
Yeah, so that'll bring in so much flavor.
Exactly. Just imagine the flavor. The raw mangoes give the sourness, salt and spice, chili powder, and the mint, the aromatic flavor.
And mint last, will cool it, right?
Sorry?
So if chili gives the heat, mint will give a bit of thandai to it. Cool.
Yes. And last but not the least, a little bit of a garam masala powder. Very little garam masala, just a chutki. So you can imagine the amount of flavors this mixture would have.
Yeah. Since you've grown up in Rajasthan, Sona
Yes.
is this similar to Kerry laundry from Rajasthan?
You can say that. It's similar to. Okay, what I'll do is I'll put this in a plate so that ये जल्दी से ठंडा हो जाए. Stuffing आपकी हमेशा ठंडी होनी चाहिए whenever you are doing. वरना वो स्टफिंग फट के निकलने का डर रहता है. So ये मेरा हो गया, मैं इसको अभी फैला रहा हूँ. And इसको I'll put it in refrigerator. I'll be back in a second.
You're going to the blast chiller. So someone was asking whether fresh pudina. I think you've used fresh and dried pudina, right?
I use dried. You can use fresh also. You can use absolutely.
I think that pudina has become quite a twist. Like even Raina is saying she was not expecting, mind blown by the sort of.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'll start with a little bit of a spice mix. So I'll. Okay, जब तक मेरा पैन गर्म हो रहा है, so I'll. Now, Kalyan, very important thing in this, yogurt के अंदर हम कोई भी thickening agent नहीं डाल रहे हैं.
So no atta, no maida, no.
No, nothing in yogurt. I'll show you. So that's why मैं जब spinach डालूंगा, I have to ensure that spinach के अंदर बिल्कुल भी moisture ना हो.
Oh.
So I'll put spinach. पहले हाथ से निचोड़ लिया मैंने. And then I'm adding using a cloth.
It's such a lovely green color which has come out.
Yeah. And then I'll just squeeze it. If you see, मैंने पूरा हाथ से निचोड़ लिया था, उसके बावजूद भी इतना moisture निकल गया. Because अगर इसके अंदर मैंने moisture छोड़ दिया, so my yogurt will become very, very soft. So आप जितना दबा सकते हो, जितना निकाल सकते हो, निकाल लो.
So this is almost you're like making an instant hung curd, right?
ये तो spinach है.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, because I thought you were saying that yogurt.
No. It was spinach. So spinach को blanch करने के बाद मैंने ठंडे पानी में निकाला, green color. Now if you see, it's completely dry. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just keep it. इतना dry है कि जिस shape में रख रहा हूँ ये solid हो गया literally.
You know, in all your hotels you worked in, there are a lot of international guests. Do you think they're appreciating Indian flavors?
Absolutely. अच्छा, this skirt जो मैंने टांग के रखवा था. Now if you see, it's literally like semi-solid. Now that's the best part about this skirt. So you can imagine this was it. इतना इसमें से पानी निकला है. This was a solid. So you can see the ratio of curd to water. Now at this time my pan is hot. सबसे पहले I'll add a little bit of a black pepper to roast it.
It's a dry pan, right?
It's an absolutely dry pan. There is nothing in it.
No oil, nothing.
Nothing. And roasting of spice is very, very important because when you roast the spice, इनके अंदर एक aromatic oil होते हैं. Every spice has. वो aromatic oil heat पे ही बाहर निकलते हैं. So whenever you make a spice, please ensure you roast it nicely and make as small kind of quantity you can. And अगर थोड़ा ज़्यादा, because like for garam masala, you can't make a chutki. So divide it into small packets and open and immediately close it. अगर आपका अरोमा निकल गया तो सब कुछ खराब हो गया. Now I'll add a coriander powder, whole coriander, and we'll let it roast. जब तक ये roast हो रहा है, हम अपने hung curd में I'll add chopped ginger.
Wow.
I'll add chili flakes. Again, आपको जितना डालना है आप उतना डालिए. Salt I will add in the end. पहले नहीं डालते salt इसमें. So इसको अभी हम साइड रख देते हैं. स्पाइस डालने के बाद में it will take about couple of minutes. अच्छा, हम इसका कोटिंग के लिए I have taken about 2 spoons of corn flour and same quantity of semolina सूजी. और इसको मैं अब हल्के हाथ से मिक्स कर लूंगा.
Does like Indian dishes or mainly desserts?
Sorry?
Does Samaira like making main dishes or more desserts? You're making more.
She's more into baking. So I'm not sure if you heard his poem she wrote. So the poem she wrote.
Yesterday I heard her poem.
Sorry?
I heard her poem yesterday.
Yeah, so she wrote that I got a time to cook. Then she clarified it. In fact, bake. Okay, now my spice is roast. I just add it in the mortar.
You know, this garam masala mix differs across the country, no?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Different things.
So I'll just crush it. Now, if you can see, मेरा black pepper and coriander crush हो चुका है.
Yeah.
So I'll just add this in this mixture. Now I'll chop my spinach. So I'll simply shred it even fine. Now I'll just put it as sprinkle on top. Now, if you want to add kasuri methi, you can add kasuri methi. You want to add mint, you can add mint. So I'm adding a little bit of a fresh mint to this also. I love mint ka flavors in summers. It's very refreshing. And the combination of yogurt with mint and a little spice is awesome. Okay. So now this is ready. Before I start, let me put my oil for heating. मैंने पहले गरम करके रखा हुआ था.
What oil are you using?
I'm using refined oil. You can use any. You can fry in ghee also.
Ah, okay.
Now, this is the time when I'll add salt to this. इससे पहले मैं salt नहीं डालता. And if you're making in small batches, then add salt to small batches only. Otherwise, इसका जो vegetable है ये सब पानी छोड़ सकता है. And then little bit, बहुत ही हल्के हाथ से, you'll just mix it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Absolutely. Chalo. So now it's time for us to fry it. Same mixture, suji and maida corn flour ka. Now what happens is when I add this mixture, just let me take one spoon. I'll just keep it here.
You know, someone was talking about the fact that you're using raw mango or hung curd also right now. It's interesting that raw mango is used so much in Indian cooking as well as hung curd, but we think we know more of the raw mango salad of Thailand and hung curd in Lebanese cuisine or Greek cuisine than.
Absolutely.
But
now, this is the only trick, Kalyan, we need to follow, that we coat it properly. Because what happens is, if you don't coat it, it will burst. Even in my case, there is a chance that it can burst. ऐसा नहीं है, but we'll be careful. Now, your corn flour would crust this nicely. And suji will give a nice crispy texture.
And that way it won't be fully corn flour also. So it's a nice mix.
Yeah, suji and corn flour only.
Yeah.
So let's check if our oil is hot. It will take another minute or so.
Now, this patience is something which the kitchen really teaches, no? That you might be all ready and raring to go, but you have to let the oil cook. You need to let the dahi rest. You need to let the spinach blanch. You need to put in that effort to get the masalas to mix in a mortar and pestle. It's not that you press a button and khana nikal aata hai. I think that's the lesson a lot of us have learned during the lockdown.
You can do that. You can do that. but then you have to compromise on flavors. Yeah. So we'll wait. So see, to check the temperature of oil, you have various ways. You put a oil in that, and if it sprinkles, so the sound of splutter says that abhi thoda sa aur time hai.
Someone's asking, is there a possibility to try baking this instead of frying if they want?
Sorry?
You know, there's a question which often comes up nowadays, and Poonam is asking, Agarwala, is there a possibility to look at baking it instead of frying?
It will burst because it's done for a very small time. So if you do that, there is a chances it can burst. So let's make a few more till time. It comes. Let me. Yeah, now it's ready.
Oh, yum. I think the other patience is letting the food cool down before you put it into your mouth. I think the kitchen also teaches you to be patient.
Yeah.
And let the
so this down. So Kalyan, this one I have done without filling. I'll do that after, with filling also. This was just to show that we can do how it's done.
Okay.
So now my dahi ka kebab, if you see, is ready. फटा नहीं है बिल्कुल भी. I'm happy. इज्जत बच गई मेरी. Yeah, and it's crusty. If you see, it's crusty. Okay, now we'll do the filling one. I'll just get the filling from So we'll take the kebab dahi, we'll flatten a little. We'll use that filling जो हमने बनाया था in the center. Cover it. And put it in the same mixture. Now I'll put this for frying. And जब तक ये फ्राई हो रहा है मैं अपना एरिया थोड़ा सा सेट साफ कर लेता हूँ. Now, if you want color, you can give more color. Otherwise, this is perfect color. So you can see it's nice, crusty. Okay, we'll fry the last one. I'll just dust the last one. Now we'll do the plating a little bit. A little confused how to do plating. But what I'll do is I have a little bit of a balsamic vinegar. Not compulsion. You can use, you can avoid using it, but I'm just using this for plating.
Ashish, any tips on plating to home chefs? How to make food look more hotel-like at home?
So, see, Kalyan, I'll get back to you after a minute.
No worries. No worries.
Let me finish this part.
No worries.
Okay, this is also ready. So now our kebabs are ready. Stuffed one and without stuff, both are ready. Now what we'll do is...
Looks lovely, absolutely lovely.
Now I have taken a balsamic, just एक कटोरी को उल्टा कर दिया मैंने, and I'll just making a...
Oh, magic.
And then I'll put the kebabs right now here. Kalyan, are you able to see?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, then I'll put a little bit of a mustard drops.
I just made my screen invisible so that you're the man of the moment.
And then just we'll put randomly mint sprigs around. I have a little coriander. Just put, and if you want to make it a little colorful, you can always put some chopped tomatoes or whatever you want. So it's completely your wish, the way you want to do it. And
is that pepper? Black
that's pepper. And the filling, what we have done.
Someone asking if it's kasundi. No, not kasundi, it's regular table mustard.
Yeah, it's a table mustard. You can use kasundi also if you want.
Kasundi is a lot runnier than this, more liquidy.
Yes, and it has more grainy, but you will find black spots.
Yeah.
And I put a little bit of a mint chutney here, and we are good to go.
Wow.
And we taste now.
Wow.
So, can you see now?
Yes.
And now, if I cut, I'll show you. Andar se, it's like a paste.
Wow. And
now, what you get Dahi Ka Kebab in a market, look at this. It's just a paste.
Yeah.
So,
it's not that thick thing.
It's not. Because what people are doing, they are adding a lot of breadcrumb, corn flour, maida, suji, and making it like a thick paste. Then it's easy to handle. But it's not the same delicious.
I think that's one of the things about cooking at home, because when someone's cooking at home, they're cooking for their family and they try to do in the best stuff, no?
No, Kalyan. I cook in the hotel also the same way. No. But jokes apart, there are a lot of chefs who are doing great stuff. But at the same time, the exposure of our guest is not there, and they don't know the right thing.
Yeah.
And when they don't know the right thing, we sometimes get into arguments. Like, for example, a Rogan Josh. It's a very thin gravy. But the restaurants have a concept like koi bhi lamb curry ke andar saunf aur saunt ka powder mila, and that's Rogan Josh. So guess if you give an authentic Rogan Josh for them, It's wrong because 80% people are doing wrong. The same is with Dahi Ke Kebab also. It's such a beautiful kebab, such a tasty, moist kebab, but it's horribly done.
Ashish, one last question before I let you go, because Sunday is a busy day for you.
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Okay. So, what can people do to make, especially moms and all, to make the food look more appealing to their kids, look more hotel-like? Like I saw you white plate and these sprigs and a touch of color.
So, Kalyan, a few things is when you make food look fresh, it looks tasty. So one, try to keep fresh ingredients available. Like if you see, I added mint. So that's one. Then when you divide the plate can be divided in, the plating can be done in two ways. One is with the center focus, and the other one is the law of 2/3. So today, if you would have seen the plating I did was a law of 2/3. My entire food was on one side of the plate, and I put less stuff on the other side. So that's the second way. When you do 2/3 one, then your focus should be mainly on the main ingredient, which is 1/3. When you do center, then keeps your surrounding clean. Also use color, like tomatoes in my plate today hadn't made any sense, if I put very honestly, but it was to give a nice color, the contrasting color, because I had yellow, I had green, but the red color was missing. So I did that. Then a little bit of powders, like the crushed pepper I use. You can have tomato ka skin ho gaya, any leaf ho gaya. You can dry mint ho gaya. You can dry and powder and keep it. Just sprinkle a little bit. So that's it. Baki to, see, it's individual's creativity. I'll put it like that. So.
Yeah. And one last question. Is it possible for you to show the plate again? Because some people wanted to, especially now that you gave the tips, I think they'll want to sort of connect it with.
I will show the plate, but I have already messed the plate, but I'll show the plate. Just give me a minute. I've already actually messed it because I had it.
I'm booking a flight to go to Delhi.
Sorry?
I said, Aapne to kha liya. I'm booking a flight to come and join you.
So the plate was like,
I'll just... So tell me about the 2/3, 1/3. What did you do? I'll also refresh my geometry.
Yeah. So like this was, so if you see the main ingredient, I've kept it here. Right. So this is the 2/3. And this part had no food ingredient.
Lovely.
If I had to do, I'll do the other one, a center one with the same ingredients. Or let me go in the kitchen. I'll show you how to do the center one. Because I have one more kebab here.
Meanwhile, if there are any folks who cook real time, why don't you put us in the chat if you've been cooking along with us?
Yeah. Also, Kalyan, if anyone wants to get in touch with me, they can feel free and message me directly on my social media handles, and I'll try to get back to them. Because these days, my handle on Insta, Facebook, and everywhere is Chef Bhasin. So I'll just... Okay.
So, if you've been cooking, then you can maybe put up the picture on Facebook page and tag Chef Bhasin and put the hashtag TKT Virtual Kitchen and show us the dahi kebabs you've made. And
so this was the 2/3 plating. Now I'll do a center plating, for example.
Wow.
So this would be a center plating.
I love how you're wiping off the little stains. I think now all of us, thanks to Instagram, are trying to do that.
I'll put the mint chutney on top. I'll put a mint sprig in the center.
instead of balsamic vinegar, can we sometimes use other, like say you get this coconut palm vinegar
See,
and
you
go?
can use balsamic, you can use beetroot का जो juice होता है, उसको reduce कर दो आप, add a little bay leaf, little sugar, you can add that, okay.
There's a coconut vinegar the Parsis use, then there's palm vinegar in Goa. They're not easy to get, but interesting to try some of these. And of course, our basic imli ka chutney.
Yeah.
This center plating makes it very nice for a top angle shot. What do they call it on Instagram? Top angle shot.
So you have that. Again, I'll sprinkle a little mint here and there.
Smita Priyadashini Sanimi and Ryan as well.
Just to make it look fresh.
I to always then use whatever sauces, vegetables on the plate and, you know, rub the kebab onto it or whatever and eat it. I don't know if that's how you plan
Tomatoes.
it.
And I'll sprinkle a little bit of a black pepper like I did before. I can even sprinkle chili flakes around. And that's it.
Wow.
So this is a center plating.
Fascinating. And it's perfect for a flat lay.
Yeah.
And there's so much texture, so much color. And like I said,
and,
when I see it, I mix everything and eat it.
And that filling is still there inside.
Oh,
see,
yeah.
if you see, because of the crust, it's holding. It's crusty from outside, soft from inside. I hope no one is asking for again to show me a plate because I fried only 4. And this is the second one I'm eating.
No, you've fried some in private for me, which is one side I'm able to eat healthy. But
yeah.
Thank you very, very much, Ashish. It's been an absolute pleasure as always chatting with you. And maybe 1 or 2 words from you for people who are getting into cooking or who want to be chefs, because you always have you know, such a supportive word for them.
No, Kalyan, first thing is what I tell to everyone is cook what you enjoy, not to impress anyone. Second, whenever you are innovating something, understand the flavors. It's very important to understand the flavors, right? For example, we were using raw mango, sweet and sour. So uske saath mein a mint will go. But if I use other spices like a nutmeg, might have a not so strong, it might not gel well. So you need to understand the flavors. Kiske saath kya jata hai, the combination flavors, and try to experience it when you are innovating. Try to understand the flavors. Acha, ye hai, okay, this will be the flavor profile. Also, go into textures. Jaise dahi ke kebab mein, the reason why I put suji outside was I could have done the same thing with just corn flour, because corn flour ka role tha कि जो भी moisture दही से बाहर निकल रहा है उसको पकड़ ले, so that दही melt होके कढ़ाई में ना जाए. बट जब हमने सूजी डाली तो सूजी ने उसको, सेमोलिना ने उसको एक क्रंची टेक्सचर दे दिया. So to understand that texture and also to create contrasting flavors. So like dahi ke creamy texture ke saath mein your tangy sweet mango. So those are the things I would say. And last again, I will repeat, cook to impress yourself, not to anyone else.
Sorry,
Hello.
I muted myself.
Yeah.
I talk a lot. Thank you so much. In fact, I remember in one of my earlier bios, Kainas had written my wife that about me, that he is his own favorite chef. And now listening to you, I think I've got the license to be that. Thank you so much, Ashish. You'll be happy to know that a lot of people were like cooking with you. And
excellent.
Through this,
awesome.
And thank you so much. And you know, there was a quiz before this, so we're going to share the answers. But thank you so much, Ashish, for joining us.
So I'll sign off now. Thank you.
Yes.
Bye. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thanks, Ashish. Bye.